some new colors today. So this is burnt umber, cobalt teal, quinacridone magenta, French ultramarine, titanium white, yellow ochre, and cadmium lemon. So very different paints today than we usually use. But these are my Blue Ridge ones. I got them shipped here, so I was kind of tired of the Sennelier one, the other ones I have here. Not that they're all bad, they're just a little different. And I like my old paints. Alright, so let's I'm going to tilt this a little bit more to the left. We're just going to do a nice blue sky here. We might lighten up the bottom a little bit, but this is just going to be French ultramarine here in the sky. And there's going to be mostly trees on the left and the right, I think. That's what I'm going to go for. Make sure I tap it out because I haven't been tapping it out very well. I'll do that. And this is mostly filler. I mean, you don't need too much as far as color goes here for the background, because I want to cover most of this up with trees and mountains. And I covered the back of this with a little bit of this medium gel. So this is just Sennelier green gel. And then I covered, I mixed that half and half with titanium white and just mixed it together. So we're just trying to get this brush full of the blue for now. And we just mix it around. The sketch will start to disappear as we go down. Blue. And we'll just kind of go back and forth to get all the brush strokes out. On this canvas here, this is a, what is this, 24 by 30 centimeters. So it's a pretty small canvas, but it works very well for this. Alright, so I have some teal and some blue I'm mixing together. And I'm going to put this in the water. So I want some water down here. I think those colors mixed together make a nice watercolor. Because I don't have phthalo green, usually I mix it with that. Do the same over here. And we'll just mix this out here in the middle. There we go. Alright. So I think that's enough for this 2-inch brush, or the 1-inch brush, sorry. I don't have my 2-inch brush. So we're about done with that. And I want to throw in a little bit of white, kind of like a purpley color, because I want to make a cloud here in the middle. So let's do that real quick. What brush can I use for that? I use my filbert brush. I'll use this one quite a bit for the clouds. So grab a little bit of magenta. Just a little bit. Mix up that blue. Grab some of this white here. A little bit of this. Alright, this will be the base color for the clouds here. And again, they're not going to be sticking out too much. They'll be behind trees. Just kind of mash this in here like so. Maybe it'll stick out a little bit up here. Nice and simple. I'm going to blend it out here a little bit. the other brush. Circles. Maybe circles. And swoosh up. Just kind of fuzz them out a bit. Just like that. And I'll grab just some straight white and we're going to go over top of that. Go ahead and get a little bit of paint here just so it sticks. If you don't have enough paint, it doesn't stick very well. But this is mostly just titanium white, so that blue color. Or whatever color this is. I don't even know what color this is. If I'm being totally honest. We just want some simple clouds. We don't want anything crazy here. Come right up to the edge, do little circles. Something like that. Pull this out a little bit here. Up on the right, we'll pull it up to the left. There we go, something like that. Something that looks like a cloud. Alright. Now what do we want to do? We want to make mountains. I always like making mountains. Let's do a couple of mountains. For that, I'm going to use a little bit of magenta. A little bit of blue, a little bit of teal, a little bit of burnt umber. This is my mountain mixture for these paints, for these colors. Alright, grab a little bit of paint here. Let's see. I don't even remember where I put them before in my drawing, but that's okay. Put one here. Something like this. And put another one in the back. A little roll of paint. Over here, try not to bump the camera. Kind of like a Twin Peaks type thing. And on these little canvases, it's very easy to scrape off the paint. So if you ever put too much, you can just, on these, you just scrape it right off like that. Twin Peaks here. Alright, let's grab our other brush, do the jiggle and white. Alright, I gotta aim this a little bit better here. There we go. Just moving my chair, sorry for the loud sounds. And back here, we'll do the same. On this side, I kind of want to just completely erase because it's going to turn into trees. Or not trees, but background. Which I guess is kind of trees because it's going to get covered by trees. Is what I meant to say. super great right now because this is the early part of the painting. So I'm going to take some white. We're just going to start highlighting and give them some shape. Just like so. This other side up here, this mountain up here. I don't want the whole thing, you know. Just the top. Sure my mic's still plugged in. Yes, okay, it is. Now let's see. What do we want to add now? We could add more peaks, but I don't really want to add more peaks. But we should do a little bit of a mountainy shadow color here. So I'll add some more blue to cool it down a little bit. Throw this on this side here. Maybe a little bit more white and blue here. It's not super light. Probably should be. And the background's not super dark either. Side and do kind of the same thing. It's a little tricky with this camera thing here. Okay. That's enough highlights for that first one. Now I want to do a little something different here. I'm going to first diffuse this a little bit. Diffuse, I mean just kind of pull it around and fuzz out the bottoms. Because I want it to look more like it's farther away and not so detailed like this. Over here, both this side, kind of the same. So it looks a little bit far away, something like that. Alright, so now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take the same color and we're going to do another range right in here. This one's a little bit sharper peaks. And this one we're going to blend out the bottoms mostly. These a little bit more here. Same here. Sides don't matter on this one. We're not worried about the sides. Alright. So now, I'll take a little bit of this ochre, a little bit of this cadmium or cobalt color. I'll make like a dark green. I'm going to add some yellow. Something like so. So we got this green color. Hopefully this is green. Should be green. In theory. Blue and yellows make green. Alright, so I got that. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little tiny bit of white here. And we're going to put a little bit of that up at the top. Same here. This white's not very sticky, so that's why it's not doing so much here. It's not sticking very well, I would say. And then I'll take this green. I'm going to make some green mountains where the sun hits. And try and mix it up a little bit so it's not as bright. Same with this side. I'm going to take my 1-inch brush, not my 2-inch brush. So I have one of those. I'm going to start back here. I'm just going to tap. We're going to go down. Because I want something bright there. This one again, I'm not worried about. Just want something bright there in the middle. Then on the side, we can add, I mean, it could be just blue and some of this blue and some of this green color. Something darker on this side. Not super blue, I'm trying to get all that blue out of there. There we go. Okay, I think that's good enough for these mountains in the back. We'll add in, what are we going to add in now? Trees, I think. Smaller trees. Little tiny trees. I don't really know what kind of trees I want to make. I like the evergreen trees. Let's see if I have a smaller fan brush here. I do have a small one. Let's use that. So this is just a little, what number? I don't know. Some Bill Alexander brush, I think. Let's take umber. Oh no. Right on my hand. What a mess. Well, that's a small mess. We can fix that pretty easy. Take some of that, some of this blue, some of this teal. Get like a brownish, the blue hint. And then we'll add some ochre. And this will be our background color for the trees. Dark green. Something like that. Maybe a brownish hint. Okay. Let's go in here and start adding these trees. Let's start back here. These might not even be dark enough. Let's add some of this color in there. This has to be pretty dark. Oh, it's a little bit better. Yeah, that's much better. Alright, let's flatten it out down here. I'm going to add in some highlight colors on these trees here, so I don't really need too many of them, because again, I want big trees over on left and right side. You just need some type of shape. Okay. So we did that. Let's pull it down. These are my far back trees. then again, that's going to be different trees. Okay. Alright, let's add some of this. I want some bright, very bright green here. And we're going to do that on these ones. Not all the way over, because these are going to be you know, just on this side. This side we'll leave mostly dark, but we do need to put some reflections down in here. Other side, I might just take yellow ochre and throw that in just a little bit. Something like this. So it's a little bit darker. There. Just like that. If we really want it to sparkle, we can add in a super bright yellow there, but I think this is fine for now. Let's just cut in a smidgen of a water line right here on the one side. Just like that. Just so it pushes it back just a little bit, I think. And this part doesn't need to be super detailed. This needs to be slightly darker. There. Into the valley. So it kind of looks like it's going back into there. That makes sense. Alright. So that's kind of part of the just wiping my hand off, so we're good there. Might need more white paint, but we'll see. We'll see where this ends up. I'm gonna take out my trash can here too. What do we want to do next? I want to do the big trees. We can do big trees. I have a big fan brush that I use in place of my 2-inch brush. So let's use that first. Let's make umber, this brown color, some of this mountain color we had. We need a lot of it. So maybe a little bit of magenta. Alright, let's start throwing in these big trees over here. That, and this is, oh, sorry, I bumped the camera. Umber, mountain, quinacridone, some blue, a little bit of blue. It's going to be pretty dark. Maybe we'll pump these trees out a little bit and go up this way even more. Oops. Bottom, I think I'm just going to mash in color here. So I want this to kind of come down here. Well, it has to be dark, that's the thing. So we got to add blue, all the blues in the umber and then a little bit of red. Just like so. Some of this down here, but this is mostly going to be very, very dark. Alright, I think that's good for that side, but I definitely need some more umber, because that's a very heavily used color, umber and blue, basically. Didn't even put out too much paint here today. Take the blue, take the umber. Do the same thing over here. I'm just going straight down the side first. Looks like a giant stick. That's just blocking in the color. Just like that. Maybe we'll pump over that green a little bit. Just to push him back. I want it to look like it's kind of far away. Alright, and then all the way over here, this is going to be dark, but not super dark. Down to here about. Okay, now it's coming together, see? It's still a little too bright there in the middle. So we'll fix that by pulling this down. So over here. Going across. Pulling this down. We don't want these very bright colors, especially on this side, because this I think is going to be more in the shadow. But we can always add more dark. Very easy to add more dark. Lots of dark colors. Easy to add. Okay. Let's see what we want to do here. I'm going to take this yellow. I kind of want some more dark up in this, actually. So let's do that real quick. I want like this to hang over a bit. Like it's hanging down here. Something like that. That's much better. Alright. And then on this left side, I'm going to take yellow and a little bit of the magenta. That's a lot of the magenta, not so much. Something like so. And I hope this is more of a darker green color. And we will throw this in up here. Like a dark green, maybe. It's okay to pick up more of that brownish color we got back here. Might want to wipe my brush off because these aren't the strongest colors. Also, sorry if my aim is right in the camera there. I just noticed that. It's a little hard to aim because of the, just the way the setup is, you know. There. Pop it some here. I'm going to brighten up this little side here on this little bottom part here. It's too dark. Let's add this in. Let's make this pop. It's just not enough contrast there. that. And we fire it in underneath, as Bill Alexander says. Fire it in. Pull that down, just like so. There we go. There we go. Just like that. That's nice. We can do kind of the same on the other side, but it's a little bit darker, so I'm going to add some more, or I'm going to add some ochre to it. Ochre and this green mostly. So we can put that in back here. It's just not as strong. And a big tree. Okay. Oh, I gotta highlight this one a little bit. Sorry. Getting distracted. Just a little bit on this side. This is more like the back side of one of the trees, so he's not going to be as bright. I'm just making sure anywhere that I hit it very hard, I have to just kind of go over it a few times so it's not as bright. Well, let's do that fun thing. I haven't done this in a long time. I'll take some oil. This is, I think, linseed oil maybe. It smells really bad. I don't know what it is, to be honest. So take that, run this through the white on one side. So we get like a really thin, oh, there's some blue in there, that's fine. And then we'll run the other side through our umber. And I don't do this too often, so let's see how this goes. We will throw in some of those little tiny round rocks that people added. Just kind of take the brush, smoosh it in, and roll it to the right. It's kind of like this type of motion. Something like that. I kind of want to add in a really big one, but I probably shouldn't. And then on this other side, I'm going to run it through the blue. So I want to really, I don't know, colder color. But the same dark burnt umber color over here. So we'll just throw in some of these same rocks over here. I don't do these very often, that's why they're going to look a little weird, but maybe we'll put in a bigger one over here. Something like that. A small one here. Get rid of that yellow color down there. There we go. Just a few rocks here and there. Here and there, and there and here. Let's see. What do we want to do now? Kind of want to throw in this blue. So I got all this blue left. Let's see. Looks kind of like white there in the middle. I don't like that color. I want more of a bluish color there. I'm just pulling around on these bottoms of these rocks here. Make it look like water's moving. Or something's moving, I don't really know what. Do I have a clean fan brush? Not really. Let's clean off a fan brush really quick. And I don't know. Should we add a cabin? I feel like I should add a cabin. I haven't done a cabin in a long time. First, let's clean off this brush. So we don't want to mess this up. Just wipe them off with my smaller fan brush here real quick. White and blue there, that might actually work really well because it's thinned down quite a bit. Let's see if we can add in some sparkly water in there. Smash it up against these rocks. Something like this. A little bit more over here. I mean, most of this is going to get peeled off from the tape anyway. We do have this weird spot over here on the left, so I'm going to try and get rid of that. See that spot there? I mean, that would be a nice spot for a cabin, let's be honest. Do I have enough for a cabin? I think I might. Maybe do a tiny cabin. Because I haven't done one in a long time, so let's try and do a cabin. Do a tiny one. Corner of the knife. Let's see. He's right on the water. Tap here, tap down this way. Throw in this here. See, he's living right on the edge. He's not scared of these rapids. He's just, or maybe it's a fallen down shack, you know. Maybe they built this a long time ago. It's just an old fallen down piece of wood. There. Could be. You never know. Put that cap on there before I knock it over. Take some of this white that's left over, mix it in there. Add some orange too, or ochre. top. Hand's very shaky, so we'll see how this goes. Tap it in there like that. Down. I don't want straight white on the top of this thing, that looks weird. Pull down. Straighten up the back a little bit. And I'll just grab a little bit more white for the top of the sides. There will be a little bit of a shine on here. It shouldn't be straight white though, probably. There's a little bit of yellow in there. Yellowish and reds. Like that. There's our roof. He's falling apart. The whole cabin's falling apart. I'll highlight this side a little bit here. There you go. And then we need a door. Always a door. Even if it's falling apart. Not the best cabin, but it's been a very long time since I painted one, so I'm okay with that. And then we'll just take this and we'll use up all these other light colors and kind of tap around the bottom here. Kind of make it look like it's growed up in weeds. Especially on the backs here. Oh, this might be a little too bright. Well, maybe not. You gotta straighten up a little bit. There you go. That's good enough, I think, for now. I gotta get back to work anyway. Taking a little break from work to do a painting. Because everybody's usually offline around this time, so. But they'll be coming on soon. Alright. Let's do a quick little signature and call it a day. I don't really know what I'll sign with, though. Maybe we use, I don't know, magenta and cyan and white. Is that like a pink color? I don't know. Looks something like this. Maybe a good signature. Gotta put the date. Always put the date. 2/5. That's gonna get peeled off, but that's fine. Alright everyone, hope this one was somewhat enjoyable. I don't know, I was just kind of messing around here. But I hope you had fun, enjoyed it. Leave a comment if you did. I always like seeing the comments from folks. And yep, thanks for watching. Until next time.